Hey, ladies.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Hey, sisters. How y'all doing?
Hey, hey.
Hey. Getting ready to celebrate Mother's Day weekend. I'm
Happy
so
Mother's Day, ladies.
Thank
happy
you.
Mother's Day, beautiful lady.
Happy Mom Day.
Can't wait to talk about our Mother's Day celebrations after the weekend is over.
So, before we start talking about that, hit the notification button, hit like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes. Subscribe.
Okay? Carry on.
Carry on. So
So,
what's
what
our
are we talking?
topic today?
Oh, pandemic paranoias.
All right. Pandemic
Ooh.
paranoia. So let me guess. The coronavirus.
Right. Have y'all heard any crazy paranoia?
When you
Uh,
told me about this article, tell us about the article that you sent to us.
this was a article that one of my friends sent to me. It was like a lot of the religious leaders that had their take on it, and I get it. One said because of lack of humility. The others said the sinners and people are just not reverencing spirit. I get that. The other one I didn't so much really get. He said one of the religious leaders mentioned that the what do they call it? The LBGT.
It's a lot of initials. I can't ever remember them all.
I can't. I don't want to say it wrong, but the gay.
LGBTQ.
All right now.
Yeah. The community, their community is causing this pandemic is a bit much, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, what do y'all think on that? I don't want to, I don't agree with pinpointing a certain gender, a race, culture, lifestyle for causing the whole pandemic. I think that's insane.
Yeah, I think it's insane too. What I got from the article is the religious groups are trying to say that basically sin is causing the pandemic, almost like it's a punishment for our behavior, which you could look at it that way because due to our negligence or evil crazy scientists or whether we're overdoing whatever it is that we're doing, that everything has a cause and effect. We definitely can agree to that. So you could look at it as a punishment, but not all punishments are bad things, because of course we're getting some good things out of all of us being sent to our room and to be on our best behavior. It's making us really think and go deep. But no, I don't agree that any one thing is causing this pandemic. I think it's a little bit of a lot of different things going on. But
Yeah.
I don't really think it's any one thing. I think our body, no matter what happens in the universe, our body can react but so many ways. And we normally get a virus from anything that happens, or
Exactly.
some form of a virus. So you can get a headache, fever, runny nose, sneezing, sore throat, um, of course, death with pneumonia and different flus and different things. But your body can only have so many symptoms from something that's going on.
Right.
But my take on actually where this stems from, I'm kind of feeling that crazy Chinese scientists and the what is it, bionuclear warfare. I'm believing part of that, as
Mhm.
it, as well as I'm believing we are having reactions from the 5G as well, because I did read that whenever we upgraded to 3G and 4G, there was a new type of virus that came out. So I can definitely see our bodies reacting to something like that. So I just think so much is going on at one time that it could be so many things, not
Yeah.
just one thing, if that makes sense. And I think because it's happening at the same time, everybody wants to pinpoint one thing. But I think it's a lot of things, whether it's covering up things that's going on in the government or whatever's it's almost like a facade of a multitude of things happening all at one time. That's what I think.
Yeah. And then because of the fear, all the fear, then there's all of the different theories and what's happening, because there's so much fear behind it. What do you think, Nilo?
I think that that's a bit far-fetched. I mean, that doesn't sit well with me. It doesn't make sense for them to. I think that's irresponsible for them to write something like that, because it's just going to point negativity to one group of people, which is basically America. But that's just waves of the past. So we always want to gang up on one particular group, one particular race, whatever it is, just to pit somebody and put the blame on somebody and one against this one. I think it's very irresponsible and immature. Like, that's not.
Isn't that part of the system, to divide and conquer? So they come in to divide the group so they can do whatever they do to conquer a situation, because at one point we probably were looking at the Asians with the side eye.
Oh, they were. They were. They were.
I think it's
Absolutely.
definitely a 3D system to pinpoint, conquer, and divide. But what Nilo said just now, it slipped my thoughts. I wanted to comment on that. When you said everybody's looking to pinpoint and blame someone. Well, my take on it is, this is the one take, because I have two, but this, to me, I'm a firm believer of everything spirit first, and then spirit gave you this divine vessel to be creators. You came here to manifest, right? To create, right? To experience, right? So the flip side of it, instead of pointing the finger, I think you should point the finger back at yourself, because the collective as a whole creates, right? So whatever you have been vibrating on, because you're a spiritual vibrating being, you're putting that out in the universe. So you're creating that. So if you're vibrating on the frequency of fear, sowing the seed, okay, then you're reaping back a frequency of whatever the consequences come from that fear, which is sowing and reaping. And that's the principle. That's the law of the universe. That's one look. That's one take on it.
And what's the other?
My other take on it is still from a spiritual point of view, because I don't believe in anything but spirituality. That's it for me. I think this realm is the illusion and the spirit realm is real. Now, my other take would be, we've already made agreements with the spirit. We're souls, right? Our souls come here certain times. We know we may have traveled many lives. I know I have. I'm a believer in reincarnation, so I might hurt some Christian folk, okay? But don't send me no emails on that. That's my opinion. Okay. So if I've had many lives here and I decided to come here in this time, for whatever reason, and I'm a healer, so I believe I came here to help heal and help the planet ascend to a higher frequency. So if I decide when I get here, I don't want to do that anymore, or I don't want to fulfill that, I may have to suffer the consequences. Or maybe before I got here, I decided, no, I don't want to help the planet ascend, and I want to check out before that whole situation goes down. So coronavirus is going to wipe me out. I'm just a firm believer of choices, whereas spirit has the ultimate choice. I'm a firm believer that we already made these decisions before we entered into this realm as a soul. But that's me. That's how I think.
Well,
I believe that to a certain degree. I think that that takes a lot of that's loaded. So I think because we could talk about that in a whole nother video, because it takes some growing and some opening up to understand that you're a co-creator, and then you create some of the things you manifest these things into your life. And some of the things that we manifest, we look back and we're grateful, even though it was hurtful and it was bad for us. We're grateful because of where we are now. In the moment, we are thinking, well, why did I deserve this? What did I do to deserve this? And then when you come out on the other side, then you're like, okay, I understand now. So I think that's very, I think it's very loaded. So I agree to a certain extent. You were going to say something, Keisha?
What I agree as well. But one thing I do know is that no matter what comes here, in what shape, form, or fashion, I believe that if you follow your intuition, you can elevate past all of that. So whether you get the flu or HIV or pneumonia or anything, I believe the body's a self-healer. And I believe if you're listening to your body, taking care of your mind, body, soul connection, within your spirit, you can adjust your frequency to surpass anything that comes your way. Because I do believe the body's a self-healer. So they can do 5G, 6G, 10G. You can get the flu. You can get anything. If you believe you can heal your body and you do the things that you're intuitively told to do, then I think that you can surpass anything that comes your way. So I don't believe you'll be a victim of any type of situation. I know that I'm a spirit and a soul that wants to be here. I've been here many lifetimes, and I don't mind doing many more lifetimes because I think life is a fun thing, a fun life to live. So I get that. I kind of get that a little bit. I just kind of feel like, knowing the person that I am, I would always want to experience love and happiness. So it's almost like that's the part that I don't get, is why would I want to experience so much pain and grief? But what I have learned about experiencing pain and grief and different things that happen is it makes me a whole lot more appreciative and more grateful. But when, other things come into my life, it's like, now I can be in the moment. Now I can be in the now. Now I can enjoy the little things, whether it's the birds. Wake up in the morning and I know the birds are on my patio chirping and calling me to come to the front. Things like that make me happy. As opposed to a long time ago, it would take so much to fulfill the concept of happiness. So I kind of get that too.
I think that takes some elevating to get to that point, because I think at one time in everyone's life you feel like you're a victim to something, a victim of circumstance, a victim of so many things. But again, like I said, it's not until you get on the other side of that where you realize that it was just the victim mentality that you had. You didn't really see what the lesson was in the moment, and most times we don't look for the lesson until we get to an elevated level that we understand that everything is a lesson. Every experience is a lesson. Every exchange, there's something for you to receive from that. And again, it takes some elevating to get to that understanding, and so you are more open and more receptive. Whereas when something came down your path in the past before you got to this point, you would feel like, well, damn, like, what did I do? Like, why is this happening to me? Why do I deserve for this to be happening? Not knowing that the universal laws are yin and yang, up and down, in and out, dark and light. So it's the opposite. You really have to experience some things on the dark, on the down, on that, in order to really appreciate the light and the up and all of the positive sides of that. I mean, I know a lot of people feel like, why I gotta struggle or why I have to do these to be happy. But when you more elevated you get, you don't really see them as struggles anymore. You don't really see them as a huge problem anymore. You're looking for, okay, what am I going to get from this? What is the lesson? Show me the lesson, because you want that soul growth. And I think that's, for me, that's the thing. You want the soul growth. You're excited for the soul growth. You're more adaptable to change because you know change equals growth. And again, like I said in probably most of our videos, that's the goal.
That's the goal. Yeah. And then
I totally agree.
I agree with that too. And then when you get those lessons, then you get to the point where the other situation come in your life where you can be the one to teach and show, so that other situation can get the lesson as well. And then you start to get to a point where you see things, okay, it is what it is, and okay, that none of that has anything to do with me. When you, especially when you've done so much work.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
that,
other people are feeling fear with the coronavirus. We can feel, oh, well, oh my, we can get moved into our house and get organized, and we can relax and rest and chill and wind down. You know, we automatically look at the positive sides of it because we've done so much of the soul work. So we're not looking at anything negative. We're not operating in the fear. We know that whatever comes our way, we can heal our own bodies just by speaking, healing, or doing the things we need to do to get to where we need to go. So we don't have to worry about depending on the earthly realm, because we know the universal spirit is going to take care of all of our needs, just like all the animals don't worry about anything. They know that their needs are met on a daily basis, and the same thing happens with us. If you're in the spirit realm, your needs are met on a daily basis, whether they come at 11:59, but they always come.
Exactly. And that's the part that a lot of people that really are not connected to a higher entity, they're leaving that part out. The trust, the faith, the universe. Because truth be told, we can't exclude the sky and the planets and the moon and the stars and the sun, because they're all a part of us and make up our DNA. So in the traditional religious setting leaves that out. And then as soon as you start talking about astrology and astronomy and numerology, you're looked at as some type of kook. But if you study it, and I only know very little basics, and the very little basics I know help me to understand me more and then what's going on outside. So it's like if you study what's going on in the planets, you'll see, okay, wait. So Mercury, Venus, retro, all this is in retro. So this is why I'm going through this. You see, instead of looking at it as, oh my God, she's crazy, you'll see the perfect alignments. Just like Nalo knows the perfect times to use that specific type of energy to align with the moon systems, which is aligning with your cycles, because you are a reflection of that, right? So it just makes sense. I mean, it makes sense to me because we're in another space, but from the more carnal soul being on this planet, it just does not make sense to them, because when we were more carnal minded, it didn't make a bit of sense to us.
True. But then you get
Right.
to the point where you're tired of being in fear, you're tired of being oppressed, you're tired of being unhappy and feeling those things. So if you know those things are not working for you, then it's almost like, why not try it from another point of view? So because when you meet people who are spiritual, you just wonder why they're so peaceful, why they're so happy, and what is going on with them. And when you get to that point and you see that that's what it brings to you, your contentment and your peace and happiness, then we get on the other side and it's like, okay, well, this works for us. So if it works for us, then someone else may want to try it so it can work for you too. Because if you're going to live life or even be here, you might as well live a happy life, a peaceful life, a content life, and live it from an optimistic point of view. And I do get that some souls are here to to be our forefront soldiers, whether it's just to be on the picking lines, or picketing this and picketing that, and being in social services where they bring a lot of the negative things going on in the world to us. But me personally, my side of being from the spirit realm is to bring the light, to bring the positivity. I already know that the darkness is out there, so I don't really kind of waddle in that field. I like to bring my love and light and peace and happiness and fun, because you have to have a balance. That has to be there, because truth be told, the devastation has been here since the beginning of time, so that's not going anywhere. So to me, it makes more sense to bring the peace and happiness and light, because the other side, the dark side, it already is. It's what you're trying to rise from. So, and you've already been through that. So you're trying to get to the other side of light. So I think that that's a good thing that we can actually really bring to the table with our videos, to show the positive side of anything that goes on around here.
Right. I agree.
I definitely agree with that. When you were saying that there has been devastation all the time, but again, like I said, It's also in the light. It's just that the light bearers, light workers, are not shining the light. And I'm not saying it's not happening now, but I'm saying that most times a lot of people, because we were taught just to kind of push down and dim your light, that wasn't happening on a grand scale as it is happening now. Now you can turn on the YouTube or Instagram and people are shining their light all day long, every day. So that kind of segued right into my card that I flashed earlier when you was talking. I was like, because I can't remember the exact thing that you said that made me say, okay, so that's in alignment with the card I pulled. I think you were talking about the fearlessness, because I pulled the Queen of Wands. Oh, let me tell y'all.
The passionate queen, the fiery, passionate queen.
So the first thing on here says feminine fire. And to me, that's a perfect card to go in line with what we're talking about and what's going on right now, because that's where you're going to have to get your strength from, that feminine fire that's inside of you. Look how she's standing there up there. Like, I didn't come to play with y'all. Okay? I came to shine my light and show y'all what's up.
Right. And that's not to exclude the masculine, because we have to understand that we are masculine and feminine.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the Queen of Wands is a strong, independent woman who is not afraid to speak her mind. But we all know that the feminine side is where the birth and the creation and all of that comes from.
The nurturing.
So that's what this is about, especially right now, because so much is being birthed right now, even in the devastation. That's the duality in this situation. There's a duality in everything, and that's a whole nother video. But the duality in this devastation is that so much is being birthed right now, created right now. So many people of all over the world are saying, you know what, it's time to stand up and show people what's really going on, or what's really going on inside of me. What my gift is to put out here in these spiritual streets. So
on one accord, sis, because
I'm just saying,
Spirit is saying right now to me, as you're talking, I'm getting a message from Spirit right now, like as you're talking, that you pull the birther card, right? The feminine, the one who gives life, who brings life. I pulled the death card. So this is about cycles. Cycles ending and cycles beginning. And you know, the death card, it says, I let go and embrace new beginnings. And then you brought the feminine energy, the one who gives, who brings the births the new beginnings.
Right.
So that's an alignment. What you got?
And I think she read something where you rise from the ashes, right?
No, I just said feminine fire, that she's not afraid to speak her mind. Warm and vivacious, she empowers you to passionately chase your creative dreams. That is what we're supposed to be doing in this moment.
Birthing, yep.
Chasing your creative dreams in whatever way that is for you. It doesn't have to be publicly, but that's what we're supposed to be doing right now.
That is so awesome. Dying to the old, embracing the new. Yes.
That is definitely in alignment with what I chose. I saw when you all were reading your cards, I was like, whoa. So the card I got, and I changed my deck because I said, well, let me do some flowers for Mother's Day. So mine came from my flower oracle deck, but it says new beginnings. But at the bottom of it, it says, take this opportunity to rise from the ashes, stronger and more determined. And then yellow is
and that's what she's doing. She rising up.
Okay. Well, said that, yeah. And it says rise from the ashes. Take this opportunity to rise from the ashes, stronger and more determined. And yellow represents our solar plexus. That's where all our life and creativity and information comes from, our solar plexus. So the yellow was extremely significant.
We have the same color. We have the same colors in the card, Keisha, too.
The yellow, she got the yellow and the orange, the sacral and the solar plexus. Okay, she did not. She got everything really because I know y'all see that green,
green
and I know
blue.
y'all see that blue for communicate. She's blue herself. She's blue.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. It's
So
just
that comes in alignment with the whole woman, the feminine energy, being yourself. You came here to slay and not to play. And then Zara's card with the transformation card. That's like the phoenix rising from the ashes. And this is the new beginning right here of what this is bringing a new beginning for one and for all of us. A
boom,
good
bam, boom.
beginning.
I mean, don't we look alike?
And you know how worse can it get with a pandemic, us being on lockdown for almost 3 months? So everyone has a chance now to recreate themselves from scratch, rise from the ashes and start something new, live a new life, move a new place, do a new job, just rebirth and restart everything in your life. Everybody's been reorganizing, cleaning up their house and their closets and, just changing everything. And it's almost like a rebirth, a death and a birth, but you're alive, like an awakening. And some people, and you know what?
Well, there is some physical deaths happening all around us, so it's physical and spiritual.
Always. It always is. That's that duality. So the end of her card says, the Queen of Wands asks you to tap into your authenticity and to share your passions freely. Don't hold anything back. By sharing your gifts, you are doing the world a huge favor. So
right
in
now,
other words, take up space in the world. Okay?
That's right.
Shine your light. I wish I had my girl song on cue. I didn't know this conversation was going there, but I have a sister that I support that just put a song out called Shine Your Light.
I love it.
I look her up on YouTube. Sister Ayana, better known as Mama Fire from New Orleans. She has a song called Shine Your Light. And that would have been appropriate to cue right at this moment, but sis, I didn't know we was going there. So
look it up on our YouTube, on our Facebook pages. I have it posted on my Facebook page.
Yeah, we'll have to link something on Facebook. Let me read.
But listen, but wait a minute, listen. So what to wrap all of this up, a summary from the beginning of what we started in the video to the now point where we said that the religious Christians and all the other religion, not just Christians, but religion period, people that are teaching traditional religious settings are saying sinners, not being humble, yada, 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 blaming the outer, blaming everything that's going on outside of you. And what we're saying is go within. It's all on the inside of you. You're the creator. You're the magician. Okay? You created.
Let me read what this card says too, because it says some good things. I don't normally read them, but this is important. It says, you're strong enough to move through this. Please know that you're being guided and supported by your loving angels. Heaven is bringing you the energy of Bansia, a symbol for starting anew. This is your God-given chance to pick yourself up and rebuild. We were just saying that. Yeah. Times may have been tough in the past, but the worst is behind you. We were just saying that. Everything ahead is smoother, more comforting, and safe. This card asks you to ignore the low energy, ego-based thoughts that say you're done and your dreams have turned to dust. Attune your inner voice to the high vibrations of flowers, the angels of nature. They'll bring you strength, courage, and help you take the next step forward.
That is awesome, because when you were saying that, the beginning of that card, I was literally thinking that people that don't know how to go about achieving this energy for the solutions, for the appropriate solutions, for the time that you're sitting in and you're saying everything around you just go crazy, so it's generating fear, you vibrate higher. You vibrate higher, like what Keisha was saying earlier. You do things that you like to do that keep you in peace and bliss and zen.
That's right. And make you happy, because what else you gonna do? Sit around and focus on the negative? Sit around and focus on all the negative things that they're saying and thinking about the worst case scenarios? Or can you focus on the positive and what you can build and trust and believe that if you are a special person and you believe you're a special person and good things are going to happen to you, that you're going to be blessed in spite of what's going on, and you're going to be elevated to the next level, and you're going to be taken care of. This is a perfect opportunity to increase your faith in the
Exactly. And
what else? What is the other option?
for those who are deep down in the low, depression, whatever, because you can go from highs to really, really low. If you're really, really low, I say this is the perfect time to call on your God, whatever that is for you. If you believe in a higher power, we don't want to give it a name. You give it a name. Call on him. This is the perfect time to say, forgive me. Release everything and anything that no longer serves you and change your life. I hate to use words like repent and sin because it's just, it condemns. It's just time to elevate and change and go higher.
Yeah, exactly.
Shine.
Yeah.
Time to shine.
Yeah, exactly. Don't look at it as a sin. Don't look at it as anything negative because you already see that. So then you need to just focus on what's positive. Focus on where you want to go. Focus on what you want your life to be. This is the perfect time to dream and conjure up, what I want to when we get out of this quarantine, doing things that you've never done before. All the things that you said you were going to do that you never had time to do. Now you really you should be able to do those things because
In this quarantine, I have never been so busy since I've been on lockdown with all my virtual appointments that I've been keeping up, all my growth and my painting and my writing and my cooking. And I'm definitely tuning in to Jill and Erica in the next few hours. Okay. I'm gonna be in the building. Do it now. Don't wait. Do it now. Don't wait.
You have been busy, Nalo.
Listen, I told y'all, get on my calendar. Okay, get on my calendar.
He has been busy. I think we all, if you're living in the spirit realm, you're busy right now.
Oh yeah. Because if you're not on virtual, you're on your face, meditating, interceding. If you're in the spirit realm, you definitely are busy.
Right, because we were just saying we don't even have enough hours in a day for everything that's going on right now. And when we were going to work,
it took us it's been over a week since we did another video.
Oh my God. Who has time? We don't even have time to be in fear. It's too much going on. We don't have time to turn on CNN and worry. That's another thing. Turn off the news.
Turn off the news, turn off the TV, stop tapping into all the negativity on. But you know what? The little thing that just came across the media lately, it's situation where the guy went jogging in Georgia. Okay, Georgia needs to get off.
We were just talking about that on the radio show the other night.
Right, but you can already see how coming together is bringing about positive change. Because granted, it's a bad situation. There's really nothing positive about it. But if it had not come to the light, they wouldn't have even been taken into custody, period. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't have even been an issue, which is already an issue on top of that. But just the fact that, okay, we brought it to light and we standing behind it, there's been justice in that. It's karma it's like you see karma working right before your eyes. We're doing nothing other than supporting what you've been seeing going on. Mm-hmm. That's all we do. We just pass the message on and support it. And evidently it raised enough to bring it to light, which a lot of things in social media are bringing to light now. So just a good thing, like Nalo was saying, with her virtual classes and all her things, she can start bringing that to all of us. And it just brings people coming together with the same mindset. It brings you to light, and it always makes you feel better after you come together with some people and have some conversations or do something together. That's an example of raising your energy, raising your vibration.
I was just gonna say that. I was just about to say that. I'm so full of information and positivity and creation right now. Like I can barely get it down and get it out because I've been pumping that into myself over this quarantine. If I'm not reading something positive, I'm in a class. I just went to a class yesterday morning. Like I'm elevating.
And guess what? While you're elevating, you're creating. Because when you are tuning into CNN and you're feeding your spirit all the negativity and the fear, you're creating more of that. when you're tuning into
Exactly.
virtual happiness, cooking, and all that stuff going on. Y'all, they got DJs online and everything, and just partying and having fun experiences. Guess what? You're creating more fun experiences to come. So here's the thing: you're either going to dwell in what's going to happen after the quarantine is over, getting vaccines and being on lockdown and whatever they talking about, this big one world order. That's going to be some people's reality, because that's where you keep focusing your thoughts. On the flip side of it, those of us we're going to be on an island somewhere partying, because our thoughts are creating our reality. So
Exactly.
it's going to be a split earth right here that we're
A
creating
split
right
earth.
now.
A split earth. Heaven and hell right here, right now on earth. That's the reality.
Exactly.
And the byproduct of you feeding yourself all of this positivity that we're talking about, it's a real thing. So don't, people are like, oh, that don't exist. That's nobody's really that happy all the time. Yes, it's a real thing, because everything
It's
is
a
a
real
choice.
thing. It's a real
Everything
thing.
is a choice. But the byproduct of that is you automatically vibrate higher. It's not something that you have to, it's not something that you have to really sit down and focus on. I want to vibrate higher. By you feeding yourself all this positivity, putting plants in your house, listening to high vibration music, you automatically vibrate higher.
Listen, if you go to the Jill Scott and the Erykah Badu concert tonight, you will be automatically vibrating higher, because music is healing, number one, and it's a higher vibration.
That's true.
Just by watching this video, you're vibrating higher.
That's
because
true.
you're taking in positivity into your mindset. We're not talking about CNN, the coronavirus, and killing and robbing and stealing and all this other drama. We're talking about feeding your soul's positivity. And so you're automatically vibrating higher.
Right. And
so
the vibrating higher is the motivation. Yes, a motivation.
So you can focus on your soul's work, because that's really what we're supposed to be doing. So you can focus on your soul's work and your soul's purpose, no matter what that is. That is what we should be focusing on, our soul purpose. Yes, bad things are happening all around us. We're not denying that. However, you came here by yourself and you have a soul mission. Mm-hmm. What is that?
A lot of people wonder.
And put that out into the universe and take up some damn space.
Exactly. And a lot of people wonder what their soul mission is. And the soul mission is simply this. It's simply being yourself, doing the things that make you happy, and being creative and spreading that. That's your sole purpose. Just if you decide you want to write a book, write poetry, be a singer, dance, create, make jewelry, do some summer camps. That's just whatever you love doing and what makes you happy is your sole purpose, to be here doing that and to share with others. Sometimes some people's sole purpose is just to be. Tupac's sole purpose was just to spit that knowledge and share with all of us. It enlightens you. It motivates you. It makes you go and do, go and get, go and.
But positivity, anything of a pure higher intention within the heart, that's your soul's purpose. Not doing, now we're not going to condone robbing, killing, stealing. That's not a soul purpose. We're talking
about low vibrational. That's low vibrational. We're talking about high vibrational stuff. And I did find the song. Let me just play a little bit of it for y'all. Just because I don't even know how much time we have left. But let me see. Can y'all even hear this? Shine your light, please shine your light. Shine your light, please shine your light. Let me show y'all. Shine your light, nobody, look at how we so in. Shine your light, it's like we in. You gotta like shine, drop everything and shine it. We don't have much time. Like
put her info in.
That's just a little snippet.
Put the info in the link.
I will link it.
Yeah.
This sister stays speaking truth to power, and that's high vibration.
Right. Yeah. Check her Instagram page out. She's always singing and saying something positive, and
it has
you can tune in and catch some of that positive energy.
In the comments.
Yeah, positive energy is definitely contagious.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's our time. Do we have any time left?
I
Yeah,
don't
we
even
it
know.
seems like we got plenty of time left.
We about to be zapped.
We're not about to be that because we haven't even gotten our 10-minute timer yet.
Yeah, well, we definitely have been on longer. They must be showing us some favor or something. But before we get zapped out, let me remind you guys to hit the notification button, hit like, subscribe, share, subscribe, comment, subscribe. Did I say subscribe?
Did you forget to subscribe?
Did you subscribe and share? Have
Hey,
conversations.
A
Take
moment
the
of silence
information
for
from this.
subscriptions.
We appreciate y'all. Take this information and go out and have these conversations with your family and your tribe and your friends, and elevate in your private conversations. Take the things that we are saying and make topics with your family and share it with your loved ones.
Yeah.
That's true. Show support. It shows support when you subscribe and like and share. It just shows support. It shows encouragement. It makes us feel good. You can leave comments. We answer the comments back. And it's just each one teach one, and everyone is sharing alike. Exactly. So it's all
Pay it forward. We're not expecting. We know that everybody's not gonna watch every single video, but just hitting the subscribe. But hitting the subscribe button will it'll help. It'll help us, and it'll help you if you listen to the video.
And if you guys like this content and you want any content to continue, or if you have any topics that you would like us to discuss, please leave comments in the comment section. And also, if you would like any one-on-one personal soul sessions with either one of us, or group sessions, please inquire.
So I do want to say, unfortunately, some of the sisters have not left comments in our comment section. I'm not sure why, but I have received some DMs. I've received some personal text messages. I've received some. So I have been talking to people, and of course, it's been women. I'm not saying that men aren't listening, but from my feedback, it's been women, and they are finding value in the things that we're saying. They're buying the cards that we are suggesting. They're buying the books. I send y'all the pics. They're doing the work. They're doing the soul work. And if you're interested in doing the soul work, let's go.
Let's go.
Listen,
We're not just up here talking. All of us have been through some abusive, toxic relationships. We've almost been on our deathbeds. We've been date raped, robbed. I mean, come on now. We are a panel of experience. So we're not just
do a video on that one day. Okay?
We're not up here just flapping gums, okay? So if you want to actually learn and grow and shine your light, sister, brother, you're working with an experienced panel.
That's right. What can we do? Tested and testimonies?
This is the brainstorming session.
I just want to say this before Zoom stop letting us be great. I am going to say this real quick. I am a recovered, just dark, depressed, angry, coming from I don't want to say the B word, but I was all of that. And I just got sick and tired of myself. And I woke up and I said, I'm sick and tired of me. And so we have to deal with ourselves. And this is the perfect time to do it while we're in quarantine. You just make a decision that you want.
That's so funny that you said that, because the sister that I just played her song, she posted that the other day. When you get tired of your damn self, you're going to start making some changes. And I just want to point out that I'm eating an orange. Why? Because I'm trying to elevate that chakra. That's a whole nother.
Right. That's right.
Come on. But what I wanted to say is, it's as simple as making a decision. Decide, you know what? I want to be happy. I want a better life for myself. And then we can help you set up a plan or regimen to execute that.
Exactly. You can have someone there with you every step of the way, encouraging you and getting you on the right track. bringing you to point A to point Z to get you exactly where you need to go. And most people need that. They need coaches and encouragement and things. And it's just spreading that positive energy so you can get out of the place where you were to where you want to go with people who've already done the work, who've been there, who's done that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A high vibrating tribe.
High vibrating tribe. I like that. I like that. So subscribe to your tribe, people. Subscribe to your tribe.
And on that note, happy Mother's Day, ladies. I love y'all.
Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Mwah, mwah.
Love on y'all mothers out there in YouTube land. Kiss and hug and
Kisses and hugs. And contact us at whatsoulsistersay@gmail.com.
Right. Peace.
Okay.